Today we talk about ketchup, the nectar of the gods, the condiments of all condiments. My favorite condiment, ketchup. How you feel about ketchup?
I like ketchup. I don't have a personal preference when it comes to ketchup, but I like ketchup.
You don't seem to be as excited about the old ketchup as I am.
I like ketchup. I mean, I use ketchup a lot. I liked it a lot more when I was younger. You know, it was like you put ketchup on anything, bologna sandwiches, crackers.
I loved ketchup and bologna sandwiches.
It was weird, you know. And now you think to yourself like, what am I doing that for? You know, but I like ketchup again, but it's just not one of those things where it's like, man, I've got to have this brand of ketchup. I just don't have personal preference. You know, some people are like, I gotta have Heinz or I gotta have Hunt's or.
Well, today we're going to find out if these 3.5 generics can compete with these 2 name brands. So stick around. We'll do that right after this. So ketchup. I like ketchup. I love me some ketchup. I can eat ketchup on anything. And I'm sure if I asked you, maybe if I should say, I'm sure if I asked you, you've got some fun fact about ketchup that I have no clue about. So just lay it on me. What's a fun fact about ketchup?
It was invented in 1812. That's about it. I mean, really and truly, it was, you know, originally designed as being more of a seasoning, not a sauce. It was, you know, used by the Chinese, and of course in Pennsylvania they have the Heinz factory, which everybody knows Heinz ketchup, Heinz beans, Heinz everything. But really and truly, ketchup is the most popular condiment, I think, in the United States. I don't think that there's anything that could really kind of buckle with ketchup, other than maybe ranch. But I think ketchup is the one we've all really become accustomed to.
Okay, so today we have, like I said, we have 5 brands. 2 of them are name brands, 3 of them are generics, and then we got the little packets that you can find at almost any deli, that you can find at restaurants,
school cafeterias,
anywhere. We just grabbed a couple of those just to see if they could knock off the name brands too. So our delivery method for the ketchup today is none other than the great all-American French fry, which it's American, but we're calling it French fry. So our wonderful helpers, who we could not do this without, are handing us some French fries. Look at these. Look at these.
Look at that, French fries. I mean,
I love French fries.
You ever gotten a burger without French fries?
I have never got. Why would you get a burger without French fries?
That's what I'm saying. Have you ever done that? It's disappointing.
Well, in full disclosure, when we try to do the keto thing, which we do from time to time, sometimes we get the hamburger without the bun, so we have to get it without the fries. But I love some French fries. So with that being said, we're going to start off, and the way this works every week is we do this blindly. We have no idea which ketchup we're tasting. We're going to analyze it to the best of our ability. We're going to put it up here. We're going to put them in order, and then at the end, we're going to find out whether or not that generic could knock off the name brand. Oh yeah, our palate cleansers.
Water. H2O.
So here we go. The first one from our wonderful helpers.
All right.
It is the ketchup.
It's ketchup.
Number A.
That's for sure.
Typical ketchup viscosity.
Yeah, it's. Okay. Nothing jumping at me.
I love ketchup. I probably said that 10 times already, haven't I?
It's not a bad ketchup, but then again, what's bad ketchup? I hope I don't have to find that out.
Well, right away, it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet ketchup, because I know not all of them are sweet. In fact, we tend to, here at our house, migrate towards the sweeter ketchups. And every now and then we'll pick up a generic or even a name brand. Some of the name brands are not as sweet as the others. And we'll get home and they'll be a little bit tangier than the others without the sweetness. And so, yeah, this one's my, I mean, I know you don't normally go straight to number one, but I am today.
It is a sweet ketchup. I'll be honest with you, I like more of the vinegary kind of ketchup, kind of like a tang to it. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm putting sugar
Do you
paste.
like tomatoes? You eat tomatoes?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not crazy about tomatoes. I like ketchup, I'm just not crazy about
Well, that's
tomatoes.
me. I don't like tomatoes. I've tried fried green tomatoes, regular tomatoes, every kind of way, and I just can't eat a tomato, but I love ketchup. So.
I like tomatoes if they're cooked in something, as long as they're not big hawking gobs of just tomato. And if it's been stewed down, I'm going to put this one solidly at number 4 again.
You do that every time.
I like it.
Why
I
do
like
you go to number 4?
I like to leave it in the middle. It's got room to grow and room to digress, but I don't know. Again, it's kind of sweet, and I don't.
We're
going to
change this to the taste duds. He keeps doing that, not the taste.
Well, you got to find something to wow me. You haven't found anything to wow me yet.
Okay. All right, let's try number 2. Here we go. So here we go. Now this one is a little runnier.
More pungent. I could smell this ketchup more than the last one.
All right. So let's test this.
I already like that one more.
I could tell you would just by what you said, because it's definitely got more of a tang to it. It's still sweet, but it's got more of a tang.
Which one's the superior fry? The crinkle cut or the shoestring?
I'm crinkle all the way. I'm team crinkle.
I'm with you. It's more potato for your buck.
I know that McDonald's has been like the fry for years and years. Everybody's their go-to fry, but give me a crinkle fry any day of the week.
There's something more homemade about this. Mm-hmm. You know, you ever go to a diner and get a good flat top fried hamburger, and they give you these crinkle cut fries?
I tell you what I like better than crinkle fries is the good old just home. It was a tater, and they sliced it up.
Right. That's a good fry. I like this ketchup. Again,
I know you do, but it's going to number 2 for me.
I'm putting it in number 1 right now. I like that ketchup. That's a good ketchup.
I know you do, but it's still number 2 for me. Can't be my number 1. I still like the sweeter of the number 1. Okay, let's try another one. Here we go. Now see,
Oh, this is runny.
I like the color of it though and the texture.
I don't know how I feel about this one.
Are you having feelings about your ketchup?
Yeah, I'm having bad vibrations about this one here. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a thinner of the ketchups.
Let's see.
Me. I think that was my first reaction to that one. Whereas if you got this one over here was sweet, this one was tangy. This is not either of them.
It's not better, even though I'm going back for another one. It's not any better than those two.
Right. It's not bringing anything new to the dance. You know, when you've got these two ketchups that we've already tasted are like two different ends of the spectrum.
You know what? This one's lagging behind, and I don't think it can catch up with those two.
No,
You like that, did you? I'll explain it to you later.
That's rough.
Yes, it was.
That was rough. I'm putting it at 6. I really don't like that one.
You're going all the way to number 6?
I really don't like that one. That one's just not. It's not doing anything. I'd rather do one or the other.
Palate cleansed. All right, here we go. Here's the fourth one.
Okay, this is better. I like the way it looks better.
This one had an accident in the bowl.
Well, it might have got one of those air pockets, you know. You squeezing ketchup.
Could have.
Thank God we didn't put it in a glass bottle because we'd never get it out.
Let's see.
Where are you at? That's pretty sweet.
It's very sweet.
It's sweeter than the first
See,
one.
I'm a sweet ketchup kind of guy. I like that. That's going to my number 2.
I'm leaving it. I like this one better than the first one.
I don't even have to. That's going to my number 2.
Yeah, I'm putting him at 3.
That's going to my number 2.
Again, it's good. Better than C, definitely. But
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next one. Let's see what we got. This is number E.
this one is very. I don't know if you can see that, but that is
You can hold it up to the
kind of doesn't really
You can hold it
move.
up to the camera here. And
It's got like almost like a Jello mold to it.
Jello mold.
Yeah, Jello mold. Yeah, Jello.
Imagine a Jello ketchup.
I feel like there's a market for that, but at the same time, I don't feel like there's a market for that.
That's name brand though. I can go ahead and tell you.
Wow, that's way sweet. There is no tang detected.
I like that though. See,
That is sugar paste.
that's mine though. I like it.
I mean, yeah, you got your preference, but man, that's just not doing it. I like it more than the last one.
That's my number one.
At least it's trying something.
You're going all the way to number 5. That's my number one.
I'm
you crazy?
I'm not a fan.
Are you off your rocker? That's my number one.
I am firmly planted on the rock.
If it's a generic, I applaud you, Mr. Generic, for that ketchup. I applaud him if that's a
I'm
generic.
glad we're having like the chilled ketchup. I mean, there's something about going to a restaurant and getting the lukewarm ketchup on the table that's kind of been sitting there all day. You know what I mean? Like you go to a diner in America and they've got this bottle of ketchup, and God knows how old it is. It's
Or who's done what? to it.
right. What kind of ketchup this is? Where did this come from? And it just runs out of the bottle.
Now, see, that makes it. That's my number 3.
I'm trying to give it a chance.
I like it.
I'm trying to give it a chance. I'm putting myself in a different place. I've got a styrofoam plate.
That's good.
I've got a styrofoam plate, fried catfish, and crinkle fries. And that's what's on the plate. And I'm trying to decide whether I like that then.
I got to go back to confirm that. Because the delivery fry makes a difference too. I got to confirm that number 1 is still number 1.
I got to check on.
This has nothing to do with the fact that I like French fries and ketchup.
Again,
in the world.
Again, I mean, you can't really waste the fries.
No.
We might as well eat them while we're sitting there, but
Because number 1 for me, in all honesty, my number 1 is not too sweet. It's just right. Let me go back to number 2. Make sure they don't need spot places.
no.
No, but you know what? Number 2 doesn't need spot for number 3.
I went back and tried what I have it for, and I there's almost like a fermentation taste, like it's gonna get me drunk. Like you can make tomato wine out of
Keep
that.
in mind, in one of our previous episodes, what they did to us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually gonna move that down. A's going down a little further. I do.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
moving A
like.
down too.
I don't. I'm not a fan. Just not a fan of A.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one at 3. I like F at 3. We're gonna put that one there, and I think that's where I want to.
So are you settling for that?
I'm settling for this.
Okay. So I'm going to hand off these French fries back to, so that we can clear room for the ketchups. So I'm going to let you go first today. So if you'll call out your letter, they can tell us what it is and hand us the bottle. We don't have the little packets, so we'll just have to.
We'll see how it goes. We'll just have to say that was the little lunchroom
That was
packets.
the lunchroom packets. You do have
We
packets?
do have packets left.
Oh, we do. Okay, we still have
represented. Okay. My last one was C at 6. What was C?
C
was not good.
C was the great value.
Okay, I don't
Ketchup.
feel bad. And I had A at 5. What was A?
A was the packets.
Right, and I could definitely see that. That's kind of where I'm probably getting the fermented taste. It's not ever been stored cold. I'm gonna go with E was number 4 for me. What was E?
E was the.
I seem to do this a lot with Publix. I put them kind of in the middle somewhere usually.
And you know what? Here's the thing. We buy Publix a lot. I mean, I'm a firm believer in Publix generics because we get them home. In fact, if you go in our refrigerator right now, we have a ton of Publix generics.
I have no problem buying Publix generic brand. From cheese, lunch meats, mustard, ketchup, milk, I mean, cream cheese. Their ice cream is great. But this ketchup wasn't as good as the other ones I had. In number 3 we had F.
The Clover Valley.
The Dollar General brand. Okay, I could see that. And then so I'm left with the 2 name brands, huh? Okay, so for 2 I had D, which is the Heinz. So that means Hunt's was my number 1.
So Hunt's was your number 1.
I like Hunt's. I did. This one was not as sweet. It had a more of a vinegary taste, which I like. So yeah, I mean, hey, look, this time the name brands won on my side. What about you?
All right, so my bottom one was C. What was C?
C was great value brand.
Was great value. So here was mine, great value. B was my number 5.
B was Hunt.
Was Hunt.
Wow, you.
So and that makes sense because I don't like the sweet ketchup. So that stands to reason. So A was my number 4.
The little.
Was that the packets?
The little lunchroom packets.
That was the little lunchroom packets. All right, so D was my number 3.
D is Heinz.
Heinz.
So that went down. Ooh, so we do have a generic going to top out. So F was number 2.
Clover Valley.
Clover Valley.
You put Publix at the top.
And Publix came out. So I just told you a minute ago that we buy Publix all the time. And I'm a firm believer in Publix. But I am surprised today that my top 2 were generics. So that does tell you, folks, that generics can, under an unrefined palate, beat out the name brands. So
yeah, I mean, again,
depends on what your taste.
I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, again, I would. There's none of these ketchups aside from maybe the great value brand, which I stuck at the bottom. There's none of these on here that I would really turn my nose up at.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's nothing that stuck out to me like, oh my God, you know, I'm not eating that. So I think all in all, it's all about how much you want to spend at the end of the day. So, I mean, I'd be fine with paying $1 for ketchup, you know? It's ketchup. So
we love our Publix.
Oh yeah.
I love Publix. But anyhow, hey guys, if you have enjoyed this episode and you like seeing this content, and maybe you have a suggestion for a generic we haven't tried yet, leave us a comment down below, and we sure have enjoyed you being with us. Hey, if you want to send us an email, we got an email address. It's called thytastingbuds@gmail.com. Send us an email and click one of these boxes here to watch more content. We'll be with you next time. This is CJ, I'm Greg, and we'll see you next time on the Tasting Buds, or what do we call it? The Taste Bud. We'll see you.